In my last video, I was exploring the brackets that attach to the top of the gantry to the bottom of the printer to stop the swaying when printing of this being so tall. And just to see if it made a difference, I showed with the gauge on here, you could see the movement. You could see this thing shaking back and forth. And with this on my kitchen table, which I don't print on, but on a very unstable surface, the gantry really got rocking back and forth. So as the printer's moving back and forth printing, the gantry's wiggling and it could affect the print. I went ahead and did some simple tests. I took a piece of aluminum right angle and I cut it so that it fit on the printer like this, and attached it with just some very simple brackets on top and then some two-way adhesive right down here in this spot, and it absolutely improved it. So then I did another one on the other side, and it made it even better. Then as I was playing around, I took them off, and I'm sure this is no shock to anyone, and I'm sure people have figured this out on their own, but having the spool on top dramatically increases how far this thing wiggles back and forth. Just by removing the spool filament off the top, it was greatly improved. Taking all that weight away made a big difference. Now with the brackets on, as you can see here, even with the spool holder up top on this wiggly table, which is not a good surface whatsoever, I can shake the table like crazy. There's next to no movement, and you get this thing down onto a hard surface. I mean, you could probably print through an earthquake. So the brackets, the support brackets from the top of the gantry down to the back of the machine, totally worth it. And/or removing the spool holder off there. I'm keeping the spool holder up top because it's just more convenient for me. So what I did is I didn't like the metal brackets, so I went ahead and designed myself up some nice plexiglass supports that go from the top, screw into the bottom. Just something fancy. I mean, it's I just didn't like the metal bar look, and I had the ability to make something a little prettier. So what the heck, that's what I did. It does limit my travel right up here to about 370 mils, but I never print that high anyway, so I thought this just looked cool and really stiffens the print up. And you get this thing on a rock solid table with those supports, and even with a full 1 kilogram spool of material up top, never have to worry about that being an issue again.